Hello, everyone. So, we are in another series of speaking about mental health. And today we want to bring in light the suicide issues. And if you haven't watched my previous video on suicide, please watch that. I don't ever refer my channel or I don't tell you guys to share or like or subscribe. And I never tell you guys to watch my previous videos. But this time I will tell you because it's very important. And with much prayers, we're making these videos and I really want to reach out to as much as people as possible because the suicide rates are just increasing, and due to the pandemic, because most of us have been home, in fact, the whole world, you know, for a period of time, it's like everything, the whole system just shut down, and everyone was just taking a back seat, and we were just home. Meanwhile, I feel depression has it's not really how I feel, but that's how the reality is. A lot of people have been home, they've been alone, and maybe they felt too lonely, or maybe they felt like life is not worth living, or there's no other help, and they chose to kill themselves. And if you are the person, if you're struggling, I want to tell you, what will you lose if you try again? That's the question. The suicide is sin under the age group of um, 11 to 19. We will say that, okay, I think, yeah, 11 to 19, that's teenagers, 20 to 30, and 40 and above. That's because not being successful enough in your life. 40 and above, the reason being not being successful enough in your life, or not being able to really sustain your family, or not having a good life partner. 20 to 30, that's when you're comparing yourself and you don't achieve what you want to achieve, and family pressure. 11 to 20, that's when you are never happy with yourself. You're going through a lot and you don't want to speak about it to anyone. And you feel that killing yourself will be better. Okay, why am I talking about this? That's because such. I feel there is nothing good in me, but I don't know why would God ever choose to use me, because I've been through stuffs, and I'm someone when I would self-hate, and in my previous video I was talking about forgiving self. So that's one of it, I would just hate myself. I would hate the way I look, and I'll just look in the mirror and I'll curse myself for even being born. And I hated all my features, like my eyes, my nose, and everything else. And I was constantly comparing myself with people, and I was never satisfied with myself. And people would make fun of me over everything that I did. They would make fun of me. They would look me down and make me feel I'm not good enough. And I believed all this. I believed all this, and I was living my life in their terms. And I just wanted to end myself. I just wanted to end my life. And what I would do is I'll torture myself, like beat myself, cut my hair, and do all sort of things to inflict pain on myself. That's what I would do. And it somehow gave me pleasure in doing that because I hated being alive. But it was when Christ came into my life, and that's the part about it. Like, I never knew that I would even be alive, and God gave me life. He gave me a reason. And today, a person who is not at all good in anything, a person who has always been discriminated by others, this very person is before a camera telling the world there is a second chance for you. And this second chance is no other than Christ Himself. I am not telling you to go to a psychiatrist. When I had my accident in 2019, nobody would call me and tell me, how are you dealing with stuff? Some of them tried to, but I didn't want them to, because they had destroyed everything for me, and I don't want to get in touch with them, because even while I was in my hospital bed, people were still gossiping about me, you know. And okay, I don't want to cry, but I didn't do anything. I seriously didn't do anything. It was just their misconception. And I was on my hospital bed. I was being cranky. And they still chose to gossip about me, but nobody called me to ask me, how am I dealing with life? And what about my road phobia? After my accident, it was too hard for me to travel. And I was going to college every day. And each time I see a truck, my body would shiver. And I started to go back in time and imagine that this truck is going to hit me. This truck is going to hit me. I'm going to die. I'm going to die. But God was with me throughout. And people were telling me to go to a psychiatrist. One of my teacher, I shared to her, and she told me to get help, mental health, like she wanted me to go to a psychiatrist and get counseling done. But I had faith, and my faith would not allow me to go to a psychiatrist because that would make me feel so faithless, because I had someone who was so strong, more than I can even imagine, and that was Christ. And yes, he helped me. And today I didn't only overcome that, but I came so far from Nagaland to Chandigarh, and he brought me here. I'm living amongst the people whom I don't know, strangers here. And yes, it's God who supported, right? And so I want to tell you that you may be struggling today, but if you choose to just surrender, that's it. Just surrender your will, your emotions, everything. Just surrender. Just surrender and see how God works in you, how he beautifies you. Every time I talk to my friend on the phone, Lima Tulayan, every time I talk to her on the phone, I tell her, she tells me that, she's someone who always encourages me and be like, don't belittle yourself, because I'm someone who always belittle myself. And she tells me that you should not belittle myself. She would always tell me, don't belittle yourself and all that. And the only response I have listening to her uplifting me would just be, she will always tell me all the good qualities that I have. And I'll just, I'll just hold back and just think about it and just realize that really that's not me. It's Christ. It's Christ who was working in me. Even though I'm good at nothing, he decided to use my story and beautify it and give it a purpose and meaning. I also had a life. Today, I have this life where I am working for people, serving the people and making videos and trying to reach out and be the voice for the voiceless. But yet again, there was a time when I would just sleep in my bed and be like, what's the purpose of living? Why am I alive? I don't want to be alive. And I'll wake up hopeless and I'll sleep hopeless, not knowing when I would die or what would happen to me. But today, I'm sure of my life. Even if I die today, I will die a happy person because of who Christ is, not because of my abilities, not because I can do something or I am something or I know a lot of stuff and I've conquered the world, nothing as such. But just because how God can use a useless like me and beautify my story so much so that I can even tell it to just one person and it can be encouraging for them. If you are that, I want to tell you that God can use your story no matter how broken you are. You're not so broken that God cannot fix you. You're not too far gone that God cannot bring you. You're not too lost that God can't find you. All you have to do is just surrender. Surrender everything. Let's not try to be wise on our own understanding. The problem with the teenagers is just that they have misconception. They think that they can do it on their own. I had this girl. I wonder if she's watching my video. Please do not think I'm judging her or something. But she was posting about suicide, right? And she's quite young. I will not reveal her age, but she's quite young, and she's posting about suicide. And I asked her, "Can I help? Can I talk?" And she don't want to. They make it look like they're okay on their own. Meanwhile, they're not okay. They pretend like they know everything. Don't have this attitude that you know everything, that you can do everything on your own. If you can do everything on your own, why are you out there posting stuffs about suicide? Because you're not just depressing yourself, but also the people who are watching it. You have no idea how badly it can be impacting someone else, right? So that's why, if you need help, just say that yes, you need help. Do not live in pride and ego and in that understanding that I can do it all on my own, because you can't. And it will take nothing. It will take nothing for you to just open up to someone. And secondly, if you are going for a job interview and if you don't make it, what will you lose? What will you lose? What are you afraid of? For that, your family members are gonna curse you. That's what happens in India, right? In India, like, families will never be like, oh, I'm with you. They will never pay for your education, but they will. If you don't become something, they will be the one to criticize you the most, but they will never pay for your education, all right? They will never give you pocket money. They will never appreciate you. They will never come asking you for your results, but they will be the one to always criticize you for all the bad results that you had or all the bad things that you have. Your family members will be the first one to criticize you. So that's what happens in India. But in all this, I want to encourage you that what do you have to lose? Just 1 year. It's okay. We're still breathing. So why do you think that God gave us 60 years to live in this earth, 80 years to live in this earth, 100 years for what? Just so we can wander around and watch YouTube? No, it's okay. Just give it a try. You may fail once. What will you lose? You got more experience. Now you know if you fail once, you understand that okay, you're not supposed to do it this way, but that way. So you try again. Even if you fail again, what's there to lose? Now you know what's another option. Always have a backup for yourself. Suppose you want to go in a job interview. So if you don't get selected here, what next? What next? Always have that plan. What next? What next? So never have this idea that if you don't make it in this one, life is over and you want to commit suicide. No, don't have this attitude because this world is too big, right? And there are so many opportunities. You can start a business of your own. What's there to lose? You can take a loan, right? And in India, there is this mudra funds. Have you ever heard about mudra funds? So you get 25 lakhs to start your own business. But again, don't fall into this because if you take the money and if you can't pay it back, it will be too much. But you can start your own work. You can start your own business. So never think that this is it. Never think that this is life and you cannot move forward. All right. There is always a better tomorrow, and God is with you. If you want more of this, then please let me know in the comment section. If you want more talk on this, and we're ready to talk to you. And I hope that this message will be spreaded as much as possible because don't end your life. I don't want people to end their life, and I've been through there. And God has beautified me so much that He's using me today for a better purpose. And He can do the same to you, right? And if you would like to, I'm planning to write a book. So if you would like to, you can share your story. We can write that down, all right? God bless you all. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you.